Welcome the second team.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are Jason, Kevin, and Amy, and Lucy. We interviewed 17 international students, and the following is our conclusion.
Now I'm going to talk about the participants, and we totally have the 17 participants in our survey, and 7 of them are the females, and obviously there are 10 males in our surveys, and they are all come from different kinds of countries, like Taiwan and Russia, Italy and Panama, French, Belgium, Korea, Saint Lucia, Indonesia, and also Japan. And we select the people at random and in a random place, such as the Starbucks and the coffee shop, and also commerce highlight. And this is one of our questions: is average numbers of the mobile devices. And as you can see, most of people have 2 mobile devices, and it's like a cell phone and computers. And there's 3 people that only have cell phones. And there's a special case is that if a person have 5 mobile devices, is cell phones, iPhone, iPod, iPad, and computers. And this is another question of our surveys: is how much time you spend on the mobile device one day. And surprisingly, they are average 5.7 hours a day. I think it's a very stunning numbers for me and for us, because one day have the 24 hours and minus your sleep time and eating times, and they almost occupy a half of your time of your day. So I think it's very surprised. And now Lucy will continue the presentation.
Okay, so the first question is what thing they spend the most on your cell phone. First, we divided people into male and female. We can see that both male and female spend most of their time browsing social networks and checking with friends. Next, if we divided people into nationality, we can see both Asian people or US or Europeans, they spend most of their times on social networks and chatting. Then we can see most people still spend most of their times on social networks and chatting, so it has nothing to do with the astrological signs. The next question is, do you have mobile internet? So we can see most of the people, no matter male or female, has their own mobile internet. Only 2 people don't have their mobile internet, and they are foreign students. Then we can see no matter Asian or US, European, most of them have their own mobile internet. So we can see most people nowadays have their own mobile internet. Then the result from this chart is the same. So it has nothing to do with the astrological signs. Then the next question is, do you play any games on cell phone or laptop? Then we can see interesting results that male from this survey, more than half of the male from this survey play games on their mobile devices. And the female, only 1/3 of female from this survey play games on mobile devices. The interesting result may lie is the different characteristic between male and female. So next is, you can see about games on their mobile devices, no matter they are Easterners or Westerners. Then, as for the astrological signs, we can see people who belongs to 火象星座的人 tend to take higher percentage of playing games on mobile devices.
Okay, and for the question 7, how many hours do you log on to social websites such as Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok? And we analyzed these questions from 2 categories. The first one is Asian and the other countries, and the second one is sexuality. And we found that the average hour is Asians spend more time than Asians spend the less time than the other countries, and male also spend the less time than the female. And we think that maybe the reason is that the female care more about their relationship with others, so they spend more time than the male. But we think that this result can represent anything because it is just a survey of 70 people, so it can show the general effect or something. And for the questions 8, if you forget to bring your phone, will you go back home to get it? And we just analyze these questions from the sexuality. And as you can see, most of the people, there are over half of the people will go back home to get the cell phone because maybe it is the reason that they think it is necessary to carry their cell phone with them, so they will go back home to get it. And to our amazement is that the female even have the more percentage than the male. As you can see, the female has 80% and the male only has 63%. And for the question 9, have you ever used the cell phone during class? And the result is obvious. Among the 70 people we interviewed, there is only 1% that haven't used the cell phone during class. We think this result showing that people around the world, maybe the students around the world have been used to doing that.
And I want to find, do you feel nervous or uncomfortable when being not able to use cell phones and keep using cell phone when talking to someone or having a meal with someone is relaxed? These 2 questions. I want to find the 2 questions relaxed. And we can see if people feel nervous when not being able to use cell phone. 4 of them sometimes use cell phone in 4 of them sometimes use, and 2 of them never use when talking to someone. And when people sometimes nervous, 2 of them never use cell phone when talking to someone. And they feel when people feel nervous. Sometimes when people feel nervous, 3 of them sometimes use cell phone, and 5 of them never use cell phone. And 1 of them keep using cell phone when talking to someone. And we can see the 2 graphs between nervous and never nervous. The quantity of sometimes use decrease, and never use quantity is increased. So we can find, so we can find if people never feel nervous or uncomfortable when being not able to use cell phone, will decrease the risk of keep using cell phone when talking to someone or having a meal with someone.
As for the question, can you stay away from your mobile devices all day? We analyze the question in 2 different ways: sexuality, astrological signs, and also nationalities. In sexualities, we interview 70 people, 7 male and 6 male. You can see that percentage of male of being able to stay away from their mobile devices is much higher than the female. And in astrological signs, apparently the 火象星座 is much more attached to their mobile devices than the 3 other ones. And in nationalities, we can see that the Eastern cultures people tend to be more stick to their mobile devices, especially Taiwan. There's 5 Taiwan students that is very stick to their mobile devices. And we also ask them whether they know any bad influence of overusing cell phones for too much time. They mention like internet addiction disorder, headache, eye fatigue, unable to charge at time or the one who you are with, or cut contact with others, not being concentrated conversation and poor sleeping habit. And they also mention some solutions to these problems, such as going out, turning off the phone, using constraints to prevent from excessive use, and focus on other activities such as sports or art or just hanging out, and meet other people, could SMS, which is mobile internet, and maybe just leave it at home. The difficulty met in our survey is timing and cautions similarities. In fact, the international students didn't go to school in a very early morning, so we can't find any interviewees. So what we do is just walking to the road and find international students in coffee shop or Starbucks, or maybe just on the road. And the number 2 difficulty we met is the question is too similar, and the interviewees couldn't tell the difference between the questions. So what we can do is just explain the question again and again.
And from this survey, we have learned that it is very important to plug up your courage and take the initiative to communicate with others. Because originally we thought that the people on the road may be indifferent, but actually they are very willing to help us. And so what we learned is never be afraid of interacting with people. And these are the photos that we take with the people, and most of them are handsome. And we also learned from this survey, we also learned that the cooperation is important, and we also have a lot of fun. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for listening.
So now, time for questions and comments. Yes, anyone?
I would like to talk about St. Lucia. St. Lucia is located in the Central America, and in fact, the person who comes from St. Lucia is accompanied by the Taiwan students, and the student is also in William's class previously. So the moment he saw us, he realized that we are William's students, and he said that he had done the project before.
Oh. It's interesting to know that. So did he try to help you?
Yes.
Oh, good. Good. How about anyone? How about the previous team? First team? Any comments or questions?
Comments.
Okay,
I
sure.
like their compare between like USA and Western country and Asia.
I think it's a good way, right, to demonstrate the survey results. Good. How about the others? Jerry?
I want to mention one thing is that you may be wondering why we analyze the questions from different categories. We just choose the special case or the obvious result of every question. So we don't use the same categories to analyze every questions.
So, is the astrological sign really related to the what you have made in the questionnaires? I mean the.
Actually, it's not related.
And we are not sure about that.
But in
because
some questions, I think that apparently the fire sign astrological sign is more tend to use their mobile devices.
So I think it's interesting discovery. And how about Jerry? Any question or comment? Anything's possible?
I think their analyzing categories are very diversified. It's very good.
Okay. Thank you for the comment. How about the others? Anyone? Harrison?
Comment. And your English is good. Speak fluently. And I like it. And I'm eager to learn from you.
I think it's always a good thing. I think actually in college you can learn from different people. Thank you for the comment. Any others? Over here. Feel free to say anything.
Did you get any rejection from others? No.
Oh yeah. No, that's one person who rejected us because he's
Because
on
she's
the way
going to
Singapore.
Yes.
He's in a hurry, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's fine. Okay. All right. So then, thank you very much. Good. Okay, I think so now we can take a break. Then we'll continue with the next thing.